Same mug as last time. I just realized that. Well, isn't that funny? Anyway, so welcome back to my seaside chat, if you will. I don't really have much to talk about. Just a few thoughts. I have been watching a few movies recently, and I was confused by something, you know? Now, men-directed films have always been, especially like romances, or they have like a smaller romantic like element to them, have always been a little sketchy at times, because you're like, no woman is gonna act that way. But of course, it wasn't written by a woman or directed by a woman, so they have her act all types of strange. Sometimes you get really good films that are directed by men, and it's just like phenomenal, you know? And there's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes it's just, when I look at it, it's like something's wrong about this, right? And I watched one of those recently. I'm not gonna name names, okay? I'm gonna be. And I was just like, what is happening here? What is this? Because I'm like, the thing that confuses me is I'm trying to figure out whose gaze this is for. We all know there's the female and the male gaze when it comes to what we post and who we are presenting to and all of that. You can go watch a video that's more in depth about the female and male gaze. But we all know that you can target one or the other most of the time. And a lot of film directors are male, right? So their target a lot of times is definitely male, even though you think that the films that they're like based off of the films, it should be women, but it's not. It's not, and it just confuses me. And that kind of segued me into YouTubers. There was this one YouTuber in particular. I'm not gonna name names, obviously. It's my own personal beef, and it has nothing to do, like, not even beef, it's my own personal opinion. It has nothing to do with them, just where I stand ethically. Let's just say I used to watch this dude, and as I for a long time, I was subscribed for a long time, and I kept watching him for years and years, okay? And I was just like, yeah, this is good stuff. Until recently, in the past year and a half, I would say, I just noticed that a couple of his takes were kind of like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, you know? It's like, I don't know about that, actually. I don't know if I appreciate that take. And it got me thinking. I was like, who are you trying to impress with this? What demographic, you know, are you trying to impress? Because I was like, I see a fair mix in your comment section. So it's not all women, but it's not all men. So who are you trying to impress? Because it sounds like you're trying to mansplain a topic about a woman to a lot of women. Because, like, let's just say the video that got me in my feelings was about a celebrity that mostly was in that more women were interested than men, right? So the people who were going to click on that video were going to be definitely more women than men. So what was he mansplaining? And then I was like, that kind of rubbed me wrong. and I watched and I went on my way. It's like I didn't just unsubscribe based off that one thing. It's like that's dumb, that would be dumb for me to do. So I didn't, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just that one take, disagree, we move on, and I keep watching, right? Until it happened again, and again, and again, and then I was like, I was scrolling on a different platform, and there was a conversation that was happening, and I was just reading through it, and it's like, name a YouTuber you think that has kind of been going off the deep end recently, blah, 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 something like that. And people named this YouTuber, and I was like, so it's not just me. There's like, recently I've been feeling like he's been, and it's like, yeah, so it's not just me, it's not just me. And I was like, and I was like, okay, still didn't unsubscribe. It's just okay. It's like, oh, okay, maybe it's just a phase, It's like kept on trucking. The months kept passing. We're living on with our lives, right? And I'm watching it. And then October of last year hit. And let's just say some stuff went down, right? And I did not like the way he handled it. At all. I did not like it. And I just had to unsubscribe at that point. Because in that moment, I just like, I liked you because of your morals, and that's why I subscribed to you. I subscribed to you because you had good morals, right? And you stood up for women, and you stood up for men, and you stood up for people who were not recognized, and you did great stuff with your platform. That's why I subscribed to you, because I wanted to support what you were supporting. Until it got to this, and you were making fun of people. And you said some things, and he said some things that I didn't know, and I just was like, And it got me back, and once again, it got me thinking, just recently, on when that happened, and I had to unsubscribe. I had to unsubscribe from a couple people, because I unsubscribed from 2 different influencers. Because I just couldn't agree with them anymore. It felt like they lost what they had originally created and what they originally stood for in the beginning. And I was like, what is happening here? What is happening? Because I was just like, you were 2 of my favorite influencers. I would watch you every time. Like, not every video, obviously, because that's a little obsessive. But whenever I saw that they had put a video out, and I was like, oh, I have some free time. Let me watch this, Let me put it on the background while I do some homework, or while I'm working on a sewing project or something, Because their takes were good until they weren't, and then other people noticed it, and it was like, what is happening? And then I have to ask myself, who is the target of this type of media, right? Who is your target? Because you are a man, right? And you're trying to explain to me, or your mostly female audience at that time, who and what is going on in this thing. It felt like one of those directors from the olden days who were just, or not even olden days, from present day, who were making like romantic comedies, but they're not realistic because they don't know how to create, or they don't know how to write a woman correctly, right? It's like, go ask a woman what she would do in that sort of situation, and then put it into your play, because that's what we would do in that situation, most likely. There's a few women, who would be like, yeah, I'm going to blah, 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 and do something that's in there, but it's not very common, It's like, we picked the bear. Not the one bed hotel. I will sleep on the couch before I have to share a bed with a stranger. I will sleep on the floor. I will sleep outdoors. I will anything before I have to. And I'm just like, and then I noticed this as well when I was doing my research for my last Seaside chat about Hallmarks, because I noticed that a lot in the Hallmarks as well. They had women who acted not like women, but they would they just Hallmarks are what mostly, let's just say that, by women. And let me just 98% of Hallmarks are watched by women. Men are not usually interested in them. So why are there most of the writers male, right? Why are the directors male? And why are they pushing this idea to their consumer that is not what the consumer is, you know? Because usually, remember how I said in the old videos before, when you want to create a character, you want to create a character that people can connect to on a deeper level than there's the surface. Because when you throw a rock in the surface, a little loophole in the weather system, and the whole connection crumbles. It's like surface tension on top of water. You break the surface tension, and the glass spills because the tension's gone. You need that. You need it to be deeper. You need the connection with the audience to be deeper than the surface. So why? And why are they so like why have they lasted so long? You know? Like going back to Hallmark, it's like Hallmark is so cliche and so whatever. But they've lasted for so long, even though the majority of their audience is women who don't even agree with half the stuff that they put out. And I'm just like, it got me thinking. And I haven't really found an answer, in all honesty. So if you have an answer, give me the answer. And I think it's, you know, some people be like, it's brainwashing. They're trying to teach women that this is whatever. I don't think it's that. I don't think that's that. I don't think that's that. Because if they wanted to do that, they could have done it a lot of different ways, which they did in the past, you know. And all of the women would never have big budding careers in New York City that they gave up later because, you know, they found a man who doesn't have a life or whatever. But I'm mumbling now, so I'm gonna stop, because that annoys me. I was a little lost. I was confused. I was bamboozled, to say the least. Because why are we as women taking all of our advice? And I found myself doing this as well. But why are we taking all our advice and listening to and watching so many films that are just directed by people who don't even take the time to know us, right? On just a biology level. It's like you're writing about a woman who got sick in the hospital, but the biology is wrong. What is happening in this hospital? I have gone to hospital after hospital after hospital after hospital, okay? Like I've gone to hospitals, okay? I've seen so many doctors over my very, very, very short lifespan. And doctors are strange, okay? Not to be like, I don't trust doctors. I do. I appreciate my doctors. I appreciate my specialists. I appreciate their work, and I appreciate what they've done for me because they've made my life a lot better than what it was when I first had to start going to specialists because something was wrong and, you know, and I needed help, right? So, the thing is that I know firsthand what it's like. My head stuck in my hair. Anyway, what it's like to sit in a hospital for hours and hours and hours because I need something to get done. To be rushed to the hospital because I'm really sick. To be on the floor crying in pain because something is wrong with my body, right? And I'm watching this movie, and it's supposed to be depicting that, and it's wrong. And yes, everybody experiences health issues differently, correct. But some stuff is universal, okay? Some stuff is universal. And what they're showing is not. And then, okay, here's another thing that got me in my feelings. Some of them, the way that the relationships are, is very unhealthy and dangerous at times, and what they're depicting, and I'm just like, this is not good, right? This is not good. This is not what we should be fantasizing about. In almost anything. You can basically go off of that, how I feel about certain things by certain authors that are romanticized about on certain platforms. You know, and then become movies. You know what I'm saying? And that's written by a woman. And so I'm just like, did you just fall into the cycle? Because, like, when she wrote that book, I'm pretty sure you can deduce what book I'm talking about that has become a movie that is now a lawsuit because of the female actress and male actor kind of butting heads at this kind of moment. So, when she wrote that, did she really, was she trying to, it's like some people are like, this is a realistic showcasing of what these relationships are like. And I was just like, is it though? I know friends, like I haven't been in one of those types of relationships, so I can't say I have a first-hand account. But I have friends and I have family who have gone through situations like that. And it has not been glamorous. It is not romantic worthy, in my opinion. It is hard. It is dangerous. It is stressful. It is late nights, early mornings, turmoil. It is pain. It is not a beautiful, it is not a sunshine, it is not a awe-inspiring, as in like as I powered through this horrible relationship. It got no. This is unhealthy. This is dangerous. This should not be romanticized, because then when younger children go, because here's the thing that I really, really hate, and I say this from my own personal experience. When a younger kid, I was pretty young when I read that book, and I wish I hadn't, because I was just influenced by others who were like, this book is best-selling author, she's a great, and I wish I hadn't listened to their advice, because that was honestly stupid of me, and it was a really, really bad decision on my part. But I can't help but think of all the other young girls around the age that I was, who were like, and that book and is making a movie, let me read the book. And now their entire perception of what a relationship should be has been warped, because she's portrayed this bad relationship in this weird twisted light, when she was bringing awareness to it. I don't think so. Anyway, it got me thinking on who she's writing those for, because like this is like a whole cycle. Who is our viewer? Who is our crowd? Who are we making our art for? Because that YouTuber that I was watching that I had to watch, I think he was making it for women. But it just seemed to be interlaced with his own ego at that point, because he just wanted to explain everything basically for a woman, because we were mostly of his fan base, right? And then the Hallmarks are almost, it's almost like it's pushing, it's not an indoctrination. It's like pushing the former idea of what happiness was, when you get out the rat race and you're so down with the man, simple life, it's kind of pushing that. It's what Hallmark loves to kind of force down our throats with every new film. And then this author, that a woman kind of has to stick with it. Let me be honest, I didn't finish the book because at that time I was just like, I can't take this anymore. This is wrong. That's what my brain was telling me, and I had to stop because it was wrong. And I was talking to a friend about that, and we both had the same. We both were like, yeah, that was something was definitely wrong because it was romanticizing relationships that that were not safe, that were not healthy, and now I fear that because of people like those two that I mentioned, and the one and Hallmark, the corporation, we as women have kind of lost our say, right? Because I don't believe that the author we don't speak of is fully writing all of her stuff. There's probably somebody in the background. Let me just say that quietly under my breath so nobody sues me. So who's right? It's like, is she really okay signing off on that stuff? It's like being like, yeah, I want this to be published under my name. I would be so disgusted if that was published under my name. They're like, we are advocates for women, and I'm like, are you? It doesn't seem like you are, right? It doesn't seem like you're that concerned about what women are going through on a regular around the world if you're willing to talk about them like this and treat them like that, It's like, it doesn't seem like it. But anyway, that was my seaside chat. I haven't come to a full conclusion on that and my opinion on it, I'm pretty where I stand on that mostly, but I haven't come to a definite opinion, and somebody can change my mind at any point. But I think there's an issue at the current moment with how women consume their media and who they're consuming their media from. Yeah. Okay. Bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.